12th, 2024. Dawntrail 7.0 is officially over. We're moving on. We're moving to post-Dawntrail, post-7.0 expansions and things, and we're making a little video here to talk about how I feel about 7.1, kind of how I thought about Dawntrail 7.0, because I didn't make a review about that, which I was going to. However, it's been like 4 months by now, so it's a little late. But I wanted to talk about the patch, how I liked it, and how I actually thought it was very, very, very good with, a little tiny problem here and there. All right, so first things first, this video ain't going to be long. It's going to be MSQ, Echoes of Vana'diel, and now I'm playing 11 because of Echoes of Vana'diel. But MSQ I want to talk about real quick because the MSQ in each patch after each expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, ever since I started playing the game, like 3 years ago, I played up until Shadowbringers, and Endwalker was my first expansion that I played on release. In every subsequent patch I've also played on release. And so 7.1 I think is probably the best patch, at least from an MSQ story point wise, since I started playing. Everything post Endwalker from 6.1 to 6.2 to whatever, and up until now 7.1, I think this is the best patch. Do I think it's better than 7.0? No, obviously. Do I think it's better than 6.0? Obviously no. But I think 7.1 MSQ-wise is pretty damn good, or at least pretty damn exciting from a future of the game and just from a, fan of Dawntrail, or, semi-fan of Dawntrail. I loved it. Spoilers, by the way, we're going to get into that because I can't really talk about the MSQ without spoilers. First things first, you saw the beginning of the video, the little MSQ experience thing. It was like a 3-hour MSQ, and I enjoyed it, but I want to get into, just real quick, the train thing. And so okay, MSQ, it starts, and you go and you sort of like Gululja, you're a kid, we gotta, help you, whatever. We go do the dungeon, which is really cool, and we learn about Gululja's mom and Zoraal. And so you do the dungeon, and you get this like little information, or you like hack the database or whatever, and you're like, oh, there's lore about the past and about Gululja as a kid and all these things. And you're like, this is sick. And so that's like the first hour and a half of the MSQ. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I was very much intrigued. I was kind of dreading, or not dreading, but I wasn't super excited. I was like, okay, how are they going to continue this MSQ with this little shit? Because I cared about him, of course, but I don't think I was like fully on board or fully interested in what was going to happen with him. And so when that happened, when the dungeon happened, and we were like, oh shit, like the mom is crazy. She purposely did this thing for Zoraal so that she could bear this man's child, which I'm assuming is what happened. That's what they basically were saying and what they were hinting at. Maybe there's some other twist with it, but I'm pretty sure she did some deed, and I'm forgetting it now since it's been about a week and a half since it came out. But she did some deed, and they had a kid, because she was like, if you do this thing for me, I will do anything in your return. And she's like, okay, cool, have my child. That's fucking crazy, first off. And so we have this revelation, and we get this lore, and they're like, we got to spend some couple days in the game, some time to like crack it open, to, do a little hacker action in the back rooms. And you're like, cool, Shale, thank you. And then you go to Texas, chat. And this is my problem. I just said chat like I'm streaming. This is crazy. You go to Texas, and you do the train. You're back at the train, and I don't know if it's just me. I've talked to some friends who play Dawntrail. In that train section, even in the main expansion, terribly placed. In the end, do I think it was kind of worth it? Yes, I think it was worth it, and you had to do that to segue into Alexandria and into the the big bubble that pops up. But it's placed right after you figure out the gate to the Golden City, and you go there with Aaronville, and it's like 3 hours or 4 hours or 2 hours, whatever. I think it's like 4 hours of like not the most intriguing stuff, especially when you just found the gate to the Golden City. And for 7.1, it's similar. You're like, hey, here's this really cool lore about Zoraal, Gululja, the mom, and whatever the fuck is happening with him and how her parents are and what happened, right? And then you go back to Texas. And so either way, that happens. Then you go back and you're like, okay, we encrypted it, and you're happy, and that happens, and you're like, okay, what the fuck is up? And you learn about, his parents and what truly occurred, which is great. I really enjoyed that part. And then boom, Sphene shows up at the end. And this is why I wanted to make the video specifically, because it ends off with Sphene showing back up as like an Ascian. Dude, they play the FF9 music, by the way, which, oh god, shit's so good. But she's walking slow-mo. You're like, holy shit, Aura. I love Sphene, by the way. I know people are indifferent about her. I know some people who absolutely hate her. I know some people who love her. Interphos is like one of the best trials in the game. The music fucking slaps. Either way, she shows back up, and I'm creaming my damn pants. I'm creaming my damn pants on stream. Clip I can show right now. And then the Ascian music plays. The Emmett Selk music, I don't know exactly what the theme name is. I'm assuming like it's the Garlean theme or something. I'll have to look it up. But that theme starts playing and you're like, oh shit, we're back. Whenever that happened, I literally was talking to chat and I was like, we've never been so back. I was upset about the train part, the Texas section. I was like, this shit's ass, this shit's ass. And then this happens and I'm like, peak. Fine, it's peak. It's peak. It's this MSQ's peak. This shit's so good. And then after that, boom, the like after credits, whatever the hell thing happens, where you see Sphene back in living memory, and Y'shtola's there, and so we're like, does that mean that we have like Sphene as the real Sphene who experienced everything in Dawntrail? Was that the Ascian version? Assuming it's not, right? But that Sphene in Dawntrail is the one who shows up at the end and she's like a real person and she's like fixed, for lack of a better term. And then the Ascians, or one Ascian, whatever, takes her body because she's presumably dead and they know she's dead, but she's in living memory and they don't know that she's alive somehow. But they take that and boom. And so now we're going to have like a, oh shit, like where there's an Ascian on our hands and, you know, there's a normal Sphene, which is going to be maybe on our team or help us out, or she'll be able to properly rule Solution 9, and she'll be, you know, part of the story in the future, which I'm happy about because her design is really, really cool. And I was a little disappointed that they're going to, you know, throw that away so quickly. So I'm glad that she's back in that regard. But yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. We gotta talk. I want to talk about that because that's like what, like, honestly, patch 7.1 probably the best patch. Like I said, but either way, I'm ranting too much. The Juno first walk Echoes of Vana'diel raid as well. That shit's so cool, man. Like, I don't know how you guys thought about it. I think most people enjoyed it, whether they're an FF11 fan or not. I'm someone who has not played 11. I've never dabbled in it. I've watched some videos on it, and it doesn't really look that good. It's a fucking 21-year-old MMO. But goddamn, it was so cool. Preesh is an absolutely awesome looking character from the design standpoint. Her big ass gloves and shoes were sick. The boss fight was fucking cool. And then obviously, you know, you have Fafnir, and I had people in my chat when I was streaming it who played 11, so they were giving me the rundown of these bosses and kind of like where they were in the original 11 and like what happened with them. So I learned about, you know, the Dartners and how they like ruin people's pools in the goddamn Marlborough that was around Fafnir. And then you go fight the Dark Angels or whatever the hell they're called, and that's fucking sick. The Archangels, that's what it was. And you fight Shadow Lord. And by the way, the music fucking slaps. This shit's so good. Battle theme, battle in the dungeon number 3, battle theme, goddamn Shadow Lord theme, goddamn, like, dude. And so raid was great. Someone who didn't give a shit about 11, the raid was fucking phenomenal. Shadow Lord fight was sick. All the fights took us like 3 tries. It was a little challenging, but you know, that's good. We need to be challenged. So no complaints there with Echoes of Vana'diel. Absolutely sick ass thing. And bro, I played 11. I literally fucking played 2 days ago. But either way, that's pretty much it. I did the MSQ and the Alliance raid, and that was it. I didn't do any of the new extreme trials. I didn't do the, you know, Unreal Shadow Cloud or Cloud of Darkness. I didn't do any of the other stuff. And I imagine it's fun. But from the MSQ and the Alliance raid perspective, they popped off. There was obviously issues with the MSQ with the Texas section, and then even with the Alliance raid, after you do the Alliance raid, there's like 4 quests of useless bullshit with, you know, some interesting lore thrown in there every hour that you do it. But that happens. That's Final Fantasy XIV as a game. That's MMO shit. And, you know, nothing can be perfect. And, you know, there obviously were issues, like I said, with why do we have an hour of quests after the fucking Alliance raid and we're gambling? What the fuck? Like, a courthouse bullshit? Like, I know there's a courthouse in the first game, but why? Like, oh, I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. Either way, 7.1 patch, 7.1. That shit was fun as fuck. I really enjoyed it. If you liked it, if you have, you know, thoughts or opinions about the Alliance raid or about 11 or tips for 11 or some other things I should check out regarding maybe, you know, 11 or just how'd you like the MSQ? Are you happy Sphene is back? I'm happy. I think she's really cool. She looks straight from Xenoblade, and I can't wait to see what 7.2 brings, because I think it could be even better, and I think it could be even better than 7.1, and that's, you know, not super hard to do, but also I don't think that will be easy, because it was pretty damn good, man. I'm happily surprised. I'm very happily surprised. But yeah, just a quick little video talking about that. I know I got to make more videos for this channel. You know, I got a second channel, by the way. We're almost at 1,000 subs, so if you want to, you know, watch playthroughs or just stuff from stream that's kind of edited down just a little bit, in more streamlined in clips and other things. So, you know, check out Night 2 Lives. It will be in the description, as well as the VODs channel and the TikTok and all the other random crap. So, in the end, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support recently. I really, really do appreciate it. Like, genuinely. And if you're still watching at this point, then drop a like. It would be appreciated. Comment. Follow me on socials. Do whatever you want, man. If I tell you, you're probably less likely to do it. So just do whatever the hell you want. Have a nice day. That's all that matters, okay? See ya.